Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And this week we're heading to Innistrad Standard to play some tokens, but in a very non-traditional token color combination. We're playing Dimir tokens with Poppet, Stitcher, and Sedgemoor, which even a little bit of Delver of Secrets action. So let's talk about our Dimir token deck, jump into some games, sling some spells, and see it in action. All right, so here is our Dimir token deck for Innistrad Standard, and as you can see, a little bit over $100 budget in paper. Poppet Stitcher got a bit more expensive, as well as some of the random like commons and uncommons, like Infernal Grasp is still $2, so a little bit higher than I like, but it is only 15 total rares and mythics on Magic Arena, so super cheap there, pretty cheap on Magic Online as well. So here's the plan of the deck. The goal of the deck is to use Poppet Stitcher and Sedgemoor Witch as our main sources of token production. Poppet Stitcher makes a 2/2 decay zombie when we cast an instant or sorcery. Sedgemoor Witch a 1/1 past when we cast or copy an instant or sorcery thanks to Magecraft. So the idea is we play these cards, we protect these cards, we sling a bunch of spells, we make a bunch of tokens, and then eventually we can even flip Poppet Stitcher into Poppet Factory to turn all of our 1/1 pests into 3/3s, turn all of our 2/2 decay zombies into real creatures, into 3/3s, and then hopefully use those to kill our opponent in just 1 or 2 attacks. Sedgemoor Witch also really good on defense, so 1/1's really good chump blockers against ground creatures. So that's the main plan of our deck, kind of Dimir spell slinging tokens. We also have one other creature in the deck, in Delver of Secrets, which kind of cares about the same thing as Poppet Stitcher and Sedgemoor Witch, which is a lot of instants and sorceries in our deck. The more instants and sorceries, the more likely we are to flip it into a 3/2 flyer. So it is a nice backup plan. Sometimes we just Delver, protect it, counter a couple things, kill a couple things, and ride the Delver to victory. So what spells are we using in conjunction with our token makers? And here we get a few different packages. We get a bunch of card draw options. Consider Cantrip triggers our token makers. Behold the Multiverse draws us some cards, triggers our token makers. Salon Vision, a land that can trigger our token makers. We got Malakari Rebirth and You See a Guard approach to protect our Poppet Stitcher and Sedgemoor Witch. Malakari Rebirth lets it come back into play after it dies. You See a Guard approach gives it hexproof to fizzle, targeted removal. Can also work with Delver as well. Then we have Fading Open Infernal Grasp as our main removal spells. Saw It Coming, Jwari Disruption is counters. Mana base wise, pretty typical budget stuff. Ice Tunnel, a little clunky because it comes into play tapped, but really not a bad mana base for a budget deck. In the sideboard, a bunch of counters and discard for control, a bunch of removal for creature decks, and that is Dimir tokens for Innistrad Standard, and that is our budget Magic deck for this week. So let's jump into some games and see what happens. Can we sling some spells to make some tokens, to flip some Poppet Stitchers and Delvers and ride them to victory? Let's find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. Need some new Innistrad Midnight Hunt cards? Well, you can order them now from our sponsor Card Kingdom by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Budget Magic time. We are playing some Dimir tokens in Standard, and we're gonna keep this. We got a Delver, we got a Poppet Stitcher, so we got threats, we got some answers, no counters, but we got some protection. So this could work. We're on the draw, unfortunately, but all the token makers is sweet. See if our opponent's playing mono white or some sort of control pile. Well, step 1, flip the Delver. Okay. Well, step 1 failed. Step 2, hit you for 1 with Delver past the turn. So opponent's probably like Black White Angels. We would like to get 1 more land so we can protect. Yeah, that works. All right. Flip the Delver, that's good. Malakari Rebirth is a land. Hit ya. So what I was trying to say is, we would like to play our Poppet Stitcher Sedgemoor Witch with 4 lands, so then we can leave up the You See the Guard approach. I'll play the land, go to combat, hit ya. Oh, this could be the Wrath turn though. You know what, let's just pass for now and see what our opponent does. Land. Consider, because we can't actually protect with a Wrath from with You See a Guard approach. So what we might do here is just try to ride this Delver as far as we can and then use the Poppet Stitcher. Ooh, that's actually kind of sweet. Well, get him with the Delver. Fateful Absence. Yeah, give a hexproof. Hit you to 10. Foretell the Saw It Coming. Pass the turn. This Delver is doing work. Opponent considers, sure. I mean, maybe this Delver can just go all the way. Infernal Grasp. Protect it. Foretell. Hit ya. Down to 7 past the turn. Land for our opponent. Imreth. Saw it coming. Oh, all right. So opponent has protection. That's awkward. Well, we will pass the turn. Teferi. Well, saw it coming. Opponent kills the Delver. Drops to 5. We will kill the Imreth. Well, play the land. Poppet Stitcher. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 2 cards, but we are out of counters if our opponent can start chaining Epiphanies. Doomscar. Okay. I'll play the land. Sedgemoor Witch. Pass the turn. Oh, this is so close. Memory Deluge. Okay. Oh, are we going to end up a counter short? It looks like we might be a counter short. Opponent draws some cards. Actually, I think we might be able to win here in a really weird way. Infernal Grasp. Make a pest. Opponent Vanishing Versus. You see the guard approach. Oh, got him. We baited him into it. We baited him into it. That... Oh, we got him good. So, what just happened there, since it might not be abundantly clear, we target our own Sedgemoor Witch with the Infernal Grasp to make a removal spell. It was pretty clear our opponent had a removal spell, but we didn't have enough tokens to have lethal. Our opponent could kill the witch, and we wouldn't necessarily be able to have tokens to win. That baited our opponent into casting the removal spell, which then let us cast the You See a Guard's Approach. It's a good thing our opponent cast the removal spell, because if they didn't cast the removal spell, Ward technically only works on your opponent's spells, so we would not have had the option to pay 3 life to keep our Sedgemoor Witch alive. So it was an incredibly risky line, because if it didn't work, we basically just kill our own Sedgemoor Witch, but it did work. We baited our opponent into it, and as a result, pick up the win. There might have been a way less convoluted line where we didn't win this turn, where we basically just untap with the witch, and then when our opponent goes to cast a removal spell, protect it and make a token. The problem is our opponent is Memory Deluge, so if they untap, they probably have a Wrath, and if they have a Wrath, we probably don't win from there. So definitely a really risky way to go about that, but it paid off. We definitely got paid off in the end. So we're going to go down a decent amount of creature removal. We'll keep a couple of Infernal Grasps, a couple of Fading Hopes. We're going to go down. Oh boy, it's going to be hard to bring in all these cards, isn't it? So Duress is good. Go Blank is really good. We are getting a little overloaded. Wow, we're running out of time too. Okay. All right, let's go down all the Fading Hopes. Although Fading Hope can technically save our creatures, let's go down more Infernal Grasps. Oh, time is running out. 22 seconds. Ugh, can we not afford to bring this all in? Maybe we go 2 Go Blanks. Maybe we can't bring in all those Go Blanks. Like, our card draw is good. All of these cards are good is the problem. We have too many good cards for this matchup. All right, let's try it like that. Might need a slightly better sideboard idea for control, just because we have too many cards. Too many cards for the control matchup to bring them all in. 6 lands Poppet Stitcher. No. This is better. We will put a... Let's put the Witch to the bottom for now, I think. Land and Delver. Go. Hopefully we untap with it and can protect it and do what we did last time. Opponent Plains. Fateful Absence. Okay, well, at least we get card draw out of it. That's better than nothing. Play the land. Pass the turn. Well, kind of regretting putting the Witch to the bottom because that would actually be good now. Opponent plays the land. Passes. Well, practically draw a card. Go Blank's not bad. Well, Juari Disruption and Foretell. Go. Opponent's going to consider. The bad news is this is a window for our opponent to like play a Teferi or something, which would not be ideal. Mills the Wrath. Opponent untaps. No Teferis? No Teferis, please. Land. Opponent passes. Well, play the Ice Tunnel. Pass the turn. We're going to do the Drago thing for the moment until we can find a threat. Memory Deluge. Yeah, we're not going to counter that. We would like to exile it with Go Blank if we get a window. I think our best world is our opponent taps out for a threat. We counter it, untap, and Go Blank. Siphon Insight. Okay. That is annoying. Opponent plays the land, passes. Well, we will consider. Keep the negate. Behold the Multiverse. Opponent counters. Well, we get to resolve the go blank. Land would be nice. All right, there's the land. So play the land, go blank. All right, that's a big swing. That's a big swing because that gets rid of both of the flashback cards too, which was one of the big upsides of go blank. Immereth. Well, disdainful stroke it. Well, there's the Delver. Play the Delver. Actually, I don't even know if we foretell. Let's just pass. If we pass, we can saw it coming and you see a guard approach. Opponent passing. All right, let's flip. Let's flip it. Let's flip it. Delver. Please flip. All right. All right. Flip it with a saw it coming. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent's going to consider. Sure. The only bad news is we need to find like a witch because we might get in a position where it's a race between Delver and Hall the Storm Giant. And I don't think Delver can win that race. Opponent vanishing verse. Well, we will give it hexproof. Hit ya. Foretell. Pass the turn. Yeah, if we can find like a Sedgemoor witch, we can make Pest to block the Hall of the Storm Giant. Yeah, here it comes. Okay. Hits us. Down to 13. Malakar Rebirth doesn't do a ton. We will play it. Hit ya. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Land. Hall of the Storm Giant hits us. Well, we're running out of time. Another saw it coming, and we'll scoop it up. Yeah, Hall of the Storm Giant is a problem. Run it back. We just gotta get up to a faster start, I think. I think that's the answer. All right, we get to play first. Okay, Ice Tunnel, go. Let's Salandi Visions as a land. Delver, go. All right, opponent answers the Delver. Well, play a land, Sedgemoor Witch. Untapping with the Witch would be pretty nice. We'll see. Opponent passes. Go to combat. Hit you with the Witch. Pass the turn. To Fairy. Well, we will saw it coming. Make a token. Oh, this is working. This is working. We get to go blank. Mostly empty your hand. All right. Get rid of 2 lands. Hit ya. Down to 13. Adapt. Consider. I wonder if they have a Doom Scar that is foretold. Mills the land, draws a card. All right, there's the Doom Scar. Land here would be the best. Untapped variety. Well, Witch. Go. Opponent plays a land. Immereth. Well, consider. Make a token. Yeah, let's keep the Delver. Play the Delver. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. We need our opponent to attack with the Immereth because we want a Fading Hope it here. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to make a ton of tokens, which we can do, but opponent goes attacking. Well, this time we got blockers, which is good. Block. Gain a life. Untap. Delver. Flips. Well, we will foretell. Pass the turn about it. All right, well, we can take 7 from Hall of the Storm Giant. That's fine. We're at 23. Attacks. Hits us. No blocks. Down to 16. Well, let's Behold the Multiverse, make a token. Keep a land. Or 2. I'll play the land. Duress you. Make a token. Pass the turn. I mean, I think our plan now is to try to go wide enough to just go around this Immereth. We can block the Hall of the Storm Giants, try to go wide. Starting next turn, we can start leaving up this negate to not get wrathed. Infernal Grasp. That's fine. We got another Witch. Opponent goes to 10. We will take it. Opponent goes to combat. Passes. I'll play the land. Witch part 2. Pass the turn. Or part 3, technically. Land for our opponent. I think we're gonna get there. I actually think we are. No attacks. Well, consider make a token. Now our opponent feels like they gotta leave this Hall of the Storm Giants on defense. Yeah, put it to the graveyard. Ooh, more witches. All right, that's a lot of witches. Untap. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. We got a game plan, and that game plan is to keep making witch tokens until our opponent cannot block enough of them and dies about it. At some point, they're gonna get greedy and try to attack, I think. Land on blue. Foretell. Pass the turn. I mean, we got time. We got the counters. We got the answers. We just got to be patient. Opponent plays a land. Goes to combat. Passes. I'll play the land on black. Go blank. Make a token. So if we attack, 1, 2, 3. All right, not yet. No attacks. Soon. About it. Land. Passes. That's actually a pretty good one. Foretell. Pass the turn. I mean, we're going to get there. We're going to get there eventually. It's happening. I mean, we're also getting to the point where if our opponent gets greedy, we can just bounce the Imrith and pay the ward 4. Yeah, I think we got to wait another turn. Let's behold. Draw some cards, make a token. Those are both fine. Untap. Well, now we got it. I think we got the plan. We can play Poppet Stitcher. We pass the turn. We leave up 2 counters. Next turn, Poppet Stitcher flips because of the pests. Memory Deluge. Yeah, let's negate that. Make some tokens. I mean, the Poppet Stitcher is definitely lethal. Opponent does not have enough mana to flash back. We still have a counter set in case our opponent draws a Wrath. I mean, this time our opponent can resolve Memory Deluge if they want. We're kind of cool with that now. The problem with letting it resolve last turn is they could hit like counter plus Wrath or something awkward. Meat Hook Massacre. Well, counter it. Make some tokens. And game? Is that game? Is that game? Is that the witches coming through? Yes, we will transform. Yes, we will attack. And that's a GG's. And that's how you can token your way past the control deck. We played it patient. We played the counters. And we're able to get there in the end. That was not bad. That was not bad. That actually felt pretty sweet. All right, sweet. Budget magic time. We are playing some Dimir tokens in Standard. Innistrad Standard. And see what our opponent's up to. All right, this hand just has no threats. No threats, no card draw, no keep. Yeah, okay, this will keep, although we still have no threats. Let's put you see the guard's approach to the bottom. So hopefully we can use Consider and Behold the Multiverse to find some threats, ideally. I twitch, eh? Well, land, go. Opponent gets in with I twitch, hits us. And Valky, well, that's a bit of a whiff. The upside of having 0 creatures at the moment. Well, let's consider. We do need to find creatures, though, relatively quickly. Mill it. Untap. All right, Poppet Stitcher is a creature. That is good. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Hits us. Sure. Down to 60. I'll play the land. Pass the turn. We would like to be able to protect this Poppet Stitcher at least a little bit. Opponent hits us. Down to 30. That you see the guard's approach that we milled would actually be pretty good now. Bottom and bottom. Well, the witch isn't bad. Play the land, Sedgemoor Witch. So we can kind of protect it with Fading Hope, though not especially efficiently. Pass the turn. Opponent pays 3. Well, let's Fading Hope. Pick it up. Make a pest. There's the you see the guard's approach. That is very good. Opponent adapts. I assume they're going to draw lands eventually. Opponent attacks. We take it. Skullport Merchant. I'll play the land. Replay the witch. Pass the turn. Lolth, 2 lands in a row into Lolth would be obnoxious. About it. It's us with the flyer. Down to 13. Or down to 11, rather. Opponent passes. I'll land on blue. Do we want a Poppet Stitcher already? Let's foretell. Play the Delver. Pass the turn. I assume our opponent's going to start drawing cards. Yeah, okay. Sacks the treasure, draws a card. That's fine. Opponent adapts. Hits us. Next turn, we can Poppet Stitcher and leave up the Saw It Coming and leave up the UC of the Guard approach, which is exactly where we'd like to be. Another Skullport, sure. Skullport away. Opponent passes. Delver. Flip it? No. All right, well, we get a land, which is okay. Play the land, play a Poppet Stitcher. Token Tron? Well, it's only 2. Token Duo? We got both of them. That's what I'm trying to say. Poppet Stitcher and Sedgemoor Witch. That's when our deck can start making a lot of tokens pretty quickly. About it. Untaps. Faceless Haven. Hits us to 9. Passes. Delver flips. No. We will not reveal. Well, 1, 2, 3. Now we have Tokentron. Add another witch to the pile. Oh, so we can make a lot of tokens if we ever cast spells. Sacks a treasure, draws some cards, makes a treasure. Untaps. We can't let a Wrath resolve. That's number 1. His Eye Twitch has done a ridiculous amount of damage. I think it's done, has this done 12 damage? It feels like it. All right, untap. Delver. Flip this time, buddy. Oh boy. All right, so Delver just is never gonna flip. It's never gonna flip. Actually, you know what? Let's just pass. Yeah, Delver's been doing Delver things here. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts, going to hit us. I think this is going to be our big turn, though. Eye Twitch, sure. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Behold the multiverse. Draw a couple of cards. Make 3 tokens. Poppet Stitcher bottom. Fading Hope top. Fading Hope. Bounce the Eye Twitch. Make 3 tokens. Opponent sacks it. I mean, I think we can we win here? I think we can win here. Because we can use the Guard's approach to tap. Tap down a Skullport Merchant. 3 tokens. And then this is just gotta be lethal, right? This has gotta be lethal. Delver, do you want to flip and get in on the fun? No. All right, more Poppet Stitchers. We will transform. We will play a land. We will go to combat. We will attack with everything. Opponent, only 2 blockers, and we have 10 3/3 tokens. Oh, all right, that was good. That was good. That is the Dimir token plan. Disrupt them, be patient. Disrupt them, be patient. Win the game, 1 big turn. Okay, so opponent playing a sacrifice deck. We probably want Crippling Fear. We can bring in more removal. Go down, maybe a Fading Hope. Yeah, we can go down Salundi Visions. Do we need the Crippling Fear? Maybe not. Maybe we just keep it like this. It's still a decent amount of removal. You know what? Let's bring in a Negate and go down 1 more Fading Hope. I think that's fine. All right. Well, we won game 1, which is big. I mean, that was without Delver even flipping. That was a hard mode to some extent. Delver did not flip for like 4 turns in a row. Yeah, all right, we'll keep this. About it. Land. Duress. What are we taking? All right, takes a counter. Well, Ice Tunnel, go. Opponent, Schwamp, play a land, and Foretell, go. Still would like to wait a little bit. All right, there's Skullport. Before getting the Witch down, we'll see. Tap land, go. Opponent, land. They could just hit us with a Faceless Haven. Ooh, Lolth. All right, we don't actually have an answer for that, so we're gonna have to try to play through the Lolth. Delver is gonna be bad against Lolth tokens, and put them both to the bottom. Opponent makes some spiders, hits us. Now play a land, play a witch. Pass the turn. Opponent land gets in, hits us. Sure. Yeah, we'll take it. Down to 17. Not the best position to be in. Another Skullport. Draws with Wolf. Eye Twitch. Well, make a token. Yeah, we already got too many Behold the Multiverses as it is. I'll play Poppet Stitcher. Oh, the question's gonna be, does our opponent have removal? That is the big question. Opponent adapts. Yes, Lulf is a bit of a problem. Opponent Faceless Haven, 2 cards in hand. If our opponent can't find remove, oh jeez. All right, sure. Opponent says, oops, like we made a mistake when they just happened to draw Wrath. But sure. Let's bring in one more negate and let's go down these Fading Hopes. It is nice they can protect our creatures, but I think we just want to kill our opponent's creatures. I mean, what really happened there is our opponent just managed to sneak a Lolth in. They're one card that actually has a chance to potentially beat us. All right, we get to play first. Budget mana. The price that we pay. Yeah, it would have been nice to get down Delver on turn 1, but yeah, Swamp for our opponent. Duress takes Malakar Rebirth. Well, Delver, Ice Tunnel, go. Opponent, Eye Twitch, Delver. All right, this time it flips, which is good. Play the land, play Poppet Stitcher. Hit ya. Wow, opponent's gonna chump. All right. Would be nice to draw a counter. That would be helpful. All right, opponent's gonna find a land. Because we know Meathook Massacre is a possibility. Negate is nice. Well, play the land on blue, go attacking past the turn. Opponent, Field of Ruin passes. Well, go to combat, hit ya. Foretell Behold the Multiverse, pass the turn, put it down to 12. Can we tempo to the victory? If our opponent Meathook Massacres, we do get to counter it. Lolth, well, we also get to counter that. Lolth, make a token. Oh, another negate. You know what? We're just attacking. Hit ya. Down to 5. Decay away. That's fine. We're still presenting lethal. Opponent adapts. Lolth, counter it. Game. Dimir tokens. Whoo! They got us once with the Meathook Massacre, but that tempo plan, we got to see the tempo plan. Delver flipped that time, and we just got to tempo him out. Attack, 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 attack. The tempo plan can be pretty effective, and Poppet Stitcher was great. Great, great, great. Sweet. Budget magic time. We are playing some Dimir tokens in Innistrad Standard, and go Delver. We got Delver, we got ways to hopefully protect the Delver if it can live for a turn. I mean, we're gonna run it out on turn 1. If they kill it immediately, that's, oh. I mean, we're still gonna run it out on turn 1. Hopefully everyone just foretells or something. If it dies, we're kind of in sort of a rough spot because we don't have a, all right, Thermo Alchemist, sure. Flip, yes, all right. Reveal, that's good. Land on black, hit ya. Down to 17, pass the turn. Well, now we can protect it, which is big. Big, 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 big. The bad news is our opponent's deck, I think, has a lot of removal. Opponent has a Delver. Okay. Untap. Land on blue. Go to combat, hit ya. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Get pinged. This looks like our budget Delver list, or close to it. Opponent gets the flip with Jewelry Disruption. Well, we will kill the Delver, or attempt to. Could use a token producer. All right, Delver down. Opponent draws Jewelry Disruption, which actually might keep us from protecting the Delver, depending on what removal our opponent has. Mounted. Ooh, Foretells, okay. I guess it's probably saw it coming. Opponent passes. Well, that is token production for the future. Go to combat, hit you with the Delver. Down to 11 past the turn. Maybe we can just ride this Delver all the way. Opponent pings us. 16. Undaps. Sure. What did they foretell, I wonder? Tap land. Let's consider. Yeah, we'll keep it. Untap. Tap land. Go to combat. Hit ya. Yeah, let's foretell. Foretell is saw it coming. Opponent did play the Jewelry Disruption, so we no longer have to worry about that. I mean, opponent's down to 8. We need 3 more. Delver's gonna get there by itself in 3 more turns if we can keep it going. Opponent, tap land. Goldspan Dragon. Well, we gotta counter that. Saw it coming, counter. Untap. Delver you. And I mean, I guess it's Poppet Stitcher time. Poppet Stitcher. Ice Tunnel, go. Oh, come on. Hold, 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 hold. No Elrond's Epiphanies, please. Opponent taps. Land, 3 cards. It's an Elrond's Epiphany. Okay. Sure. About it. Pings us. Untaps. Oh, jeez. Well, Fading Hope a token. Make a token. Oh no, are we just gonna get fully janked out? Oh, that's the worst. That is the worst. Okay, opponent gets another extra turn. We were in such good shape too, but the snowbally value of extra turns. Opponent plays a land, pings us. Well, hopefully that is all. If our opponent has 3 epiphanies, then we're certainly dead. I mean, we could be dead anyway, because we don't really have lethal. Shatter Skull Smoshing. So what are we saving? Delver or Stitcher? Well, save the Stitcher. Make a token. Lose a Delver. About it. How aggressive are they? Gets in with 2 birds. Down to 6. Well, Sedgemoor Witch. Consider 2 tokens. Mill the land. Oh, Stitcher. Well, pass the turn. I don't know if we live, though. I mean, if we live, we win. But our opponent hits us to 5. They need any spell. Wow. Well, we came really close to beating a double Epiphany draw, which is a miracle in and of itself. So I think, I mean, if our opponent has anything, we lose. But can't feel too bad because our opponent resolved 2 Epiphanies in a row, and that wins, you know, 100% of the time. Opponent gets in with the birds. Not literally 100, but a very high percent. Thermo Alchemist, down to 1, any spell, and... All right, sure. So, I mean, we made it super close, considering the drawback of our opponent resolving 2 Alrund's Epiphanies. So, bring in our control stuff, go down the Fading Hopes, go down a couple of Inferno Grasps, go down Salandi Vision, maybe we gotta go 3 Go Blanks, 1 Behold the Multiverse, and we do need the protection. I mean, I guess we have counters. Ugh. All right, 1 you see the guard approach. Let's try it like that. So close, so close, so close. Well, that's what Alrund's Epiphany does. So we can't be too disappointed. Sometimes your opponent just draws a bunch of Epiphanies, and that's the game. Well, tap, land, go. This hand has a lot of token producers, but not many lands. Opponent plays Delver. Oh, I mean, I guess we're probably. I mean, if they. Yeah. Well, you can see our opponent's a non-budget version of some sort of Delver deck. So it's not exactly our deck because they're playing Alrund's Epiphany. Would we play Alrund's Epiphany in our deck? If it wasn't a budget deck, we'd probably find room for it because it's a busted card. Land and kill the Delver. Opponent Fading Hopes. Well, counter the Fading Hope. Well, we'll see. We killed a Delver. It took us 2 cards. Ability to taps. Drawing an untapped land would be sweet. Expressive iteration to draw cards. Untapped land lets us play like a witch and leave up the negate, which would be really helpful. We are gonna have to start getting some clocks on the battlefield here. Opponent draws some cards. Hits Den of the Bugbear. Plays it tapped. Well, I guess we just go blank. Make our opponent discard 2. Nuke the graveyard, which isn't super relevant. If our opponent untaps and plays Goldspan, opponent passes. Well, play a Delver. And pass the turn. Divide by 0. We're gonna counter it. Fading Hope. I assume our opponent has Goldspan in hand and they're trying to hit a land to cast it. To the bottom. Untaps. And foretells. Well, Delver. Sedgemoor Witch. Yeah. Gonna need to find some spells. Dragon fires the Delver. About it adapts. Tap land. Good old Snarly. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. Get in with the Sedgemoor Witch. Second Sedgemoor Witch. Ooh, about it. Another Dragon Fire. Yeah. Untaps. This has got to be an Epiphany. Wow, they hit all the lands. All right, well, sure. So we're back to this. Epiphany. Opponent did a good job of reeling off a few lands in a row. Make some devils goes attacking. Spells? Delvers. Well, Sedgemoor Witch. Delver of Secrets. This has been a pretty awkward draw for our deck. We've drawn so many creatures and like no spells. Goes attacking. We'll block with a Delver. I'm not sure we can get out of this, though. We're down to 2, which means we can't block the devils, and we can't not block the devils. Oy. Wrong half of the deck that time. Also, Elrond's Epiphany. Boo. On to the next. Budget Magic time. We are playing some Dimir tokens in Double Delver. Double Delver on the play, and yeah, we're gonna keep this. Well, Delver 1. Please no removal. We even have protection. An untapped land would actually be pretty helpful. Flip it? No. Okay. Well, land and Delver of Secrets, number 2. Oh, if we flip the Delvers, this could be a free win. Opponent, Mountain. Foretells, Delver. Okay, there we go. Flip it, flip it. Go to combat. 6 ya. Ooh. Yeah, this is the reason to play Delver, I think, is you have the upside of draws like this that just pretty much win the game on their own. About it. Just kidding. Crush the weak, eh? Well, draws that would have won the game on their own had we hit our land drops. Now we might be losing. Opponent foretells. Well, we will play Delver again. Oh, the lack of lands is going to be an issue. Huh. Yeah, main deck Crush the Weak is probably not what we want to see. And, well, I assume this is just game now. Wow, what a swing of emotions on this one. Going from insanely good to mana screwed and insanely bad. Ah, I see. This is one of those janky ramp decks. Well, play the land. Poppet Stitcher. Go. Is it too late? Opponent scries 3. The thing is, if we had hit a land drop, we could have countered both those Crush the Weaks. And we would have won really easily. Missing that third land was so brutal. About it. Going to do some scrying. We really need this Poppet Stitcher live. Like if our opponent just untaps and plays another Poppet Stitcher, we're getting max punish for missing his land drops because we have 2 You See a Guard approach in hand. We just don't have the mana to leave up the protection because we miss those land drops. About it. All 3 to the top. Okay. And land. Foretells and heated debate. All right. Well, we're drawing lands now that they are useless. That's unfortunate. Well, foretell pass the turn. Opponent ultimates. Plays Hall of the Storm Giants. Elrond's Epiphany gets countered. Oh, wow. Oh, what a brutal way to lose. Yeah, I mean, all right, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Battle of Frost and Fire. Sure. I mean, I guess our opponent's playing an insane number of sweepers. Oh, sometimes the magic gods. We desperately needed to draw lands the first couple turns, and we didn't, and now we're just drawing all of them in a row. Unfortunate, I will say. About it. 1 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Manually tapping for some reason. Galvanic iteration. Okay. Memory Deluge. Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, sometimes the magic gods love you, sometimes they hate you, and this game they hated us. Go blanks in. Disdainful Strokes negates duresses probably in. Go down. Fading Hope. Go down. Salundi Visions. Go down. A couple of Inferno. We'll keep 1 Inferno Grasp. Go down. 1 Behold the Multiverse, and actually let's go down the You See a Guard's approach. Run it like that. All right. Let's see what this hand looks like. That one was mostly disappointing because we got up to such a great start and then it just all fell apart thanks to the lands. Well, I mean, I guess we'll keep this. It's not good because we don't have any threats, but we'll keep it. Ice Tunnel go. About it. Plays a land. Well, Behold the Multiverse. Foretold. Go. About it. Plays an island. Foretells. Well, play a land. Behold the Multiverse Foretold. Go. I'm gonna draw some cards with Expressive Iteration. Finds her land drop. Plays her land drop. Slowly passes. Well, we will foretell, and we will foretell, and we will pass the turn. Well, we've done a lot of foretelling. That's gotta count for something. About it. Green mana. Manually tapping. Foretells. Opponent passes. Well, behold the multiverse. Draw a couple cards. Keep them both. Play the tap land. Pass the turn. Plays a land. And passes. Well, behold the multiverse. Keep them both. Land. Duress you. I got Delvers for days. We will take Memory Deluge. We will go blank our opponent. All right, so opponent has got to have Crush the Weeks or Epiphanies foretold, because I think they would have countered that to protect their Deluge and 2 cards. That's kind of almost a 3 for 1, a 2.5 for 1. Plays a land. Ismareth, counter it. Well, behold the multiverse. Keep them both. Play a Delver. Pass the turn. So we're trying to meter out our threats in a way that we can play around potentially multiple sweepers. Land for our opponent. Battle of Frost and Fire. Sure. Yup. Passes. Well, play a Poppet Stitcher. Pass the turn. Opponent's gonna do some scrying. Well, we'll see. Can we make enough tokens to flip this Poppet Stitcher before it gets killed? Wow, 3 to the bottom. That's probably good news. Land for our opponent. Auron's Epiphany. Negate it. Make a token. Opponent. Passing. Consider. Make a token. No cards in hand, so mill the Duress. Untap. Land. Foretell. Hit you with the Poppet Stitcher. Pass the turn. I mean, our goal here is to flip this Poppet Stitcher. And I think we should be able to achieve it. And that should be good enough to win us the game. All right, so let our opponent loot. And now we counter the Auron's Epiphany. And now we get to flip the Poppet Stitcher, and we have a pretty fast clock. Yeah, counter that, make a token. About it. Well, counter that. Make a token. Untap. Transform. Hit you for 12. All right, we'll see. We got through 2 Auron's Epiphanies. Battle of Frost. Oh my god. Ah, okay. Expressive Iteration to draw cards. Auron's Epiphany. Plays a land. We will transform. We will go blank our opponent. So our opponent's gonna literally have to Miracle Top Deck here. I really hope it doesn't happen. Land. Or Delver. Presenting lethal. Hitting you. Down to 4. Does our opponent get the Miracle Top Deck? The scry comes after the drawing. So our opponent doesn't get to scry for an answer this turn. They need the card that came off the top to be an answer to our board. If it's another sweeper, I'm gonna cry. I'm literally gonna cry about it. Die, please. Opponent passes. Delvers. Flipping would be good. All right, we're not flipping. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent fires up the land. We will, this says what, Ward 3? Kill it. Pay for it. Oh, we got there. Okay. We got there that game. Oh, that was close. That was super close. I don't think we change anything. Actually, let's go down the Inferno Grasp and go up to Soul Shatter. It seems like a good Soul Shatter matchup. Well, that's basically the recipe. Counter kill, empty the hand, stop the Epiphanies. Hope that that's enough to get the token win. Opponent's on the play this game. We will see. So it seems like they're playing 8 main deck sweepers. Yeah, we will keep. Duress and Go Blank are good cards in this matchup. Tap land go. Blue manas. Well, Duress you. Test of Talents, sure. We only got 2 Duresses, so it doesn't really do a ton. It does let our opponent see our hand, which is less than optimal. I'm gonna try a timeout. Looking through a deck list. Wow, they actually are gonna time out. Wow, they didn't even time out because of that. Interesting. Path to the Festival. Well, we will play the land on blue. Go blank. Put our opponent down to 2 cards. cards. Another Go Blank would be nice. Go Blank is really good against flashback cards. Like, opponent is hopefully not going to have enough to get back into this game. We'll see. If they untap and go land Innistrad, then we're probably in a bit of rough shape. Expressive Iteration to try to draw some cards. We want to wait on the Witch until we can Malakari Birth. Opponent, gonna try to refuel. We would love another Go Blank. That would be the best. Opponent plays a land. I'll play the Swamp. Sedgemoor Witch. Pass the turn. Well, this is a scary turn. This is a turn where things can go wrong. Opponent, Cinderclasm. Well, we will Malakari Birth. An incredible number of sweepers. That's a new one. All right, opponent. Oh, one more scary turn. Battle of Frost and Fire. Opponent plays a land, passes. Well, Ice Tunnel, go. Opponent gets to scry. Well, we're gonna need a threat. Yeah, so opponent, they might be playing 10 sweepers at this point, or more. 2 to the top, not super good. Opponent plays a land, passes. Well, we will consider. Graveyard the land. Draw even more lands. Play the tap land. Untaps. We're hoping they don't get to draw cards here, but I guess we'll see. They only have 1 blue mana. I'll play the land, foretell. Behold the Multiverse isn't bad. Another Battle of Frost. Well, let's Behold the Multiverse. Keep both negates. Negate the Battle of Frost and Fire. We don't really want to let our opponent scry. Consider. We need a threat, though. Keep the consider. Consider. Keep the Behold them Multiverse. Foretell. Play the Joyer Disruption. Pass the turn. I'm guessing our opponent probably has double blue cards in hand. Foretells. Probably Epiphany. Untap. Well, play Ice Tunnel. Behold the Multiverse. Keeping the Delvers. Delver. All right, Delver buddies, it's up to you. It's up to you. Opponent untaps. How many more sweepers do they have? Renin 7. Well, we will disdainful stroke that. Please flip, Delvers. Okay, flip them both. Hit ya. For 6. Opponent untaps. Oh, this is so close and tense. Wow, opponent, okay, there's a double blue. Alron's Epiphany, negate it. Untap. Go to combat, hit ya. Sedgemoor Witch, go. Oh no. Is this where we lose to Alron's Epiphany? Immarath. Opponent passes. So if we attack, our opponent goes to 2. Yeah, I mean, let's attack. Heated debate. All right, well. Make a token, Malakari Birth. No attacks. Pass the turn. Coma, uncounterable. I guess this is gonna do it? Wow. Oh, wow. Opponent, Coma Coil. Poppet Stitcher. I don't think any of this keeps up with the Coma Coil, so I think we just, wow. 1 turn away, but now there's a Coma, so now I don't think it's possible that we win. Whew, what a close, ridiculously close match. Opponent goes to combat attacks. I guess they're feeling comfortable that they can just block all of our stuff with Coma, which seems likely. Alron's Epiphany. Well, saw it coming. Make a couple tokens. Delver. Flip it. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So block. Do we flip? I think we decline. I think we go blank to empty our opponent's hand. Make some tokens. Go to combat. So ridiculously close. Hit ya to 2. All right, this is it. Opponent gets 2 draws. They get a Coma Coil. Do they find an answer? Opponent, tap it. Oh my goodness. Draw number 1 lets them go 3 cards deep. Oh no. Wow. We almost overcame multiple Alron's Epiphanies, Immarath, Coma. Opponent, of course, gets the top deck, and we scoop it up. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, disappointed that we lost that, but wow, was that a close game. Opponent has land come off the top there and we just win, but that's magic. That's magic. Budget magic time. We are playing some blue-black tokens in standard. It's been a few hours since we won a die roll, I think. One of these days. All right, well, technically we have a 6-lander, although thankfully, many of those lands are MDFCs, which helps. Well, run out the Delver. Prosperous Innkeeper for our opponent. Delver gonna flip. That's good. Play the Swamp. Go to combat. Hit you for 3. So I think our opponent's a ramp deck. Sultai ramp by the looks. Binding the Old Gods. Well, Mana Tithe counter, number 1. Jawari Disruption. Get that out of here. Opponent gets in for 1. Sure. Well, play the land. Go to combat. Hit you with the Delver. Down to 14. Go. Tap land for our opponent. Prosperous Innkeeper. Yeah, let's counter it. I mean, we're all in on this tempo plan at the moment. It says, well, Ice Tunnel. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 11. Can the Delver go all the way? Opponent taps. Land. Run in 7. Mana Type counter number 2. Gets in for 1. Sure. We draw. Another Delver. Well, go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 8. Delver number 2. Malakar Rebirth. And I guess we're just all in on this Delver plan. Opponent untaps. Land. Storm the Festival. Well, we're going to counter it. Opponent. Delver. Oh, that is the flip we wanted. Flips with a saw it coming. Go to combat. Hit ya. Done. Oh, okay. Well, we did not make a single token, but but we picked up the win pretty easily. Go blanks in. Oh, what are we going down? Oh, this is tough. I think we go down Inferno Grasp, actually. Baiting Hope is good against Ren tokens, although hopefully Ren will not be resolving. We can go down the Salundi Vision. Maybe go down 1 you see a guard approach. Ugh, what else can we cut? This is where it gets tricky. Oh, maybe the rest of the you see a guard approach. I kind of want a duress too, but what do we cut for a duress? Oh, let's go down 1 consider. You know what? Let's go down 2 considers for 2 duresses. Run it like that. I feel like this matchup is really good for duress. We don't really want the Rens and the Zekas Chariots hitting the battlefield. Counters help, but discard helps too. Also, one of the things about like go blank style discard is if your opponent is spending cards. Whoa, opponent. We picked him apart so badly in game number 1. Opponent just want no peace, no peace, no peace at all. Well, sweet, all right. So what do we learn this week about Dimir tokens in Innistrad standard? And record-wise, 3-2 with a very slight asterisk. So we went 3-2 in games we actually played. However, we played a lot of Epiphany. After playing Epiphany the 3rd time, I just decided we're not playing Epiphany anymore. I don't think anyone wants to watch Budget Magic and just see 5 Epiphany matchups. So I started just scooping like on turn 2, as soon as I knew it was an Epiphany deck, as soon as I saw the Isn't Mana or whatever, I just started conceding the games. You probably saw our ranking decline a little bit as we went along. That was because I had to scoop, I think like 4 times, 3 or 4 times, because there's a lot of Epiphany on Arena right now. So 3-2 was a record in games that we actually played, although there were like 4 other games that I just scooped very, very early in the game without even really playing as soon as I know our opponent was on Epiphany, just for the sake of the content. Overall, I really like this deck. Our wins were pretty solid, and even our losses, like our loss to the ramp deck, wow, that was ridiculously close. The Temur Epiphany deck, like that was so close, and our opponent had a ton of sweepers to deal with our tokens, so our opponent had a lot of stuff that was like really good against our deck, and even in that scenario, we were almost able to win. I've gained a new appreciation for Delver. Delver is actually not as good as last time it was in Standard, but it is a legit card in Standard, and the combo of Poppet, Stitcher, and Sedgemoor Witch, it's actually pretty powerful. We got enough cheap spells. We got enough protection between Fading Hope can be protection, Malakar Rebirth, is really good protection. You see a guard approach is really good protection, that we can often keep them on the battlefield outside of actual sweepers, and if we can keep them around, it does not take many turns and many spells to just overwhelm our opponent. We had those games where we just like stick a couple of them, have 1 or 2 turns of slinging spells to make tokens, and then flip into Poppet Factory and just win with one massive attack. So I think this deck is actually pretty sweet. I wish it was slightly cheaper in paper, but it's close enough to our $100 budget that I thought it was fine to go with. So if you're looking for something a little bit Dimir to play, and you like slinging spells, and you like delvers, and you like making tokens, and kind of playing the tempo game plan, I actually think this is a pretty sweet budget option for standard. One card I'm really on the fence about is Siphon Insight. So Siphon Insight, I love playing Siphon Insight. It's just a really fun card, being able to think twice from your opponent's deck, essentially. I wanted to include it in this deck, but I've been trying to take arena budgets into account more with budget Magic rather than just paper prices. That was the other reason that I was a little okay with the paper budget being slightly higher than I'd like, because we were under the 15 rare mythic limit. For arena, well, Siphon Insight unfortunately is a rare, so even though it's like super cheap in paper, it's 4 more rare wild cards that players probably don't have on arena, so I ended up leaving it out because I don't think you can cut Poppet Stitcher. I don't think you can cut Sedgemoor Witch. Those are like the foundation of the deck. Then we have Clearwater Pathway, which we gotta play. I guess we could like maybe trim the Hall of the Storm Giants, maybe trim like Soul Shatter and Crippling Fear from the sideboard, although they're really good against creature decks. So I don't know. I can see an argument for doing that, but that's one card to keep in mind. I do think that Siphon Insight could be a sweet option for this deck, but overall, I think the deck's really fun. Anyway, that has been Dimir Tokens. That has been our budget magic for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.